So how would somebody not show the immigrant intent, as you've spoken, as you just mentioned?
Now, when you go for your interview, be honest, be sincere, answer the questions as honestly as possible. That is it. Now, when you are hesitating to answer questions, it tells the visa officer most likely you are lying. When you want to tell the truth, it does not take time. What is your name? My name is this. You are gone. Where do you work? This is where I work. But when you start hesitating, uh, the visa officer thinks you are lying. So at that point, it's moving against you at that point. But when you are straight on the point, yeah, you are on the path to success.
Let me quickly ask this question, which just came up by the way. We have several people who made some mistakes in the past filling their
Right.
applications.
Right.
Probably some people are trying to package some things for them.
Right.
Now they want to reapply, and those things are already in the system. How do we address those categories of people? How can they correct the errors or the information?
If when they reapply again
Yeah.
and they go for interview, now depending on what kind of mistakes on the previous application, during the interview they can bring it up. They can tell the visa officer that in my last interview this happened, but I would like to set the record straight.
So it could be mentioned, but there's
You-
no
you
way
you can
they
mention it.
shouldn't try to change it on the form they are filling.
If now if you are being sincere,
Yeah.
if you look through DS 160,
Yeah.
almost everything on that form is very simple. Everything on that form is simple. Your name, your address, your passport number, your age, if you have relatives overseas, where you work, your school, your educational history, and all that stuff. These are very simple things which you should know by heart. So when people say, "Oh, I made a mistake," it's to me, I'm like, oh, "What mistake did you make?"
Is it that you
there
forgot your age?
or
Or you didn't know the school you went?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And there are instructions to
Yeah.
fill the form on the same website.
Yeah.
There are instructions that this line, this is how to fill it. This question, this is how to answer it. But most times we are too anxious to, just put in the answer and fill the form and submit.
Okay, are we to the deals that most people don't read the instructions on the website before they fill the form? So, should we say that?
Yes. And the instructions are not too difficult, and the form itself is not too difficult, really. So but when you get to a point where you are confused a little bit, then look for the instruction and look for, okay, this question, they'll tell you this is what we want. So you look at, oh, okay, then you fill the form. Now, I've seen people where they ask for name and address of your host, whoever is inviting you.
Yeah.
Now, let's say I'm inviting somebody.
Okay.
Then that person, I've had people call me and ask for my, where do you work? What's your address? It is not on that form. It is not required. They did not ask you that. They just
Yeah.
ask you for the name and
the
address.
address.
That's it. Did they ask for his employment? Did they ask for what title he holds? No, don't put it there.
So people should follow the instructions religiously.
Simple
No
instructions.
embellishment,
No,
no
no.
polishing.
No.
Just give them exactly what they want.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kole. Now, can we go to different categories of visas?
Yes. Now, again, we are still talking about non-immigrant visas to United States of America. There are over 20 categories of non-immigrant visas, but we will be talking about just a few. F1 student visa, B2 visitor and medical visa. B1 is business visa, and which other one? Non-immigrant. There's J visa for students, not students, but some other category for J visa. There's which other one again? But those are the most
Yeah.
common ones.
Yeah.
Those are the most common ones that
Yeah.
people apply for. H1B is a non-immigrant visa. But there are prospects of some. I mean, all of them, they have different prospects except J. There's a different thing with J visa.
Okay.
And very
Now-
few people are applying for J visa in any way. So
Okay,
let's
okay.
let's leave that alone.
All right. Now, the question will come up. Filling all these forms,
Right.
since there are different categories of visa,
Right.
does it take the same style to fill all these forms? Is it the same requirement or the same ways of filling the forms?